Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I think we have a funny article today, serious and full of liars. But it's okay. Liars, liars everywhere. Anyway, let's go and see who's this. Param! Who that? Who this? Now, you know who this is? This is the President of France, okay? Now, you can look at that or you can look at this. You can look at that and you can look at this. So you know who this is, right? Now you know who this is. But he can also look like para, para, para. You know what this is? It's a weasel. Hello, nice to meet you. So one. Now we have here prayer serious, but now we know he is this right there with his little hands over there. Okay, let's get going. So this article comes from Ukrainska Pravda. Nothing is forbidden. Macron on possible supplies of fighter jets for Ukraine. Pa-pa-pa. All right, Monday, January 30th, 2023. Emmanuel Macron, ta-da, President of France, does not exclude the possibility of supplying Ukraine with fighter jets. No shit. Really? I thought that was out of the question 35 minutes ago. These guys are just weasel, man. Anyway, when asked about possible fighter supplies for Ukraine during his visit to Hague, Macron replied that basically nothing is forbidden. We knew this, Macron. You just thought that would fool us. But Macron specified that it should not lead to escalation. It should not weaken the French army. I made a video before this one tonight, and he said the same thing. The Americans said that they would provide, when they were about to provide tanks, they were afraid that they will escalate. And I was saying there, well, the same thing I will say here. Well, you mentioned the same thing. We are afraid to escalate. When you first send those javelins, and then every little thing, HIMARS, howitzers, armored fighting vehicles, and tanks. Now each and every step you said we don't want to escalate the conflict. And oops, the other weasel is here. Hello, how are you? So again, the same BS each and every time. I don't believe them. I've never believed them anyway. It's just they take time. It takes time to fool the big masses. But anyway, that's the way we are. Let's go back to the article. And but Macron specified that it should not lead to escalation. Like what? You punch me in the face and you don't want me to kick you in the balls. Yeah, you don't want to escalate the whole thing. And not weaken the French army. You can't weaken anything that is already weak. Let's put it this way. Macron, I know you don't like it, but you just leave Africa, my friends. I have an article on that. And the Africans are making fun of you for good reason. Now, I'm quoting Macron. We will consider each case separately. Blah, 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 blah. He added. Now we have Mateusz Morawiecki, Prime Minister of Poland, stated that supplying Ukraine with the F-16 multiple target fighters or other aircrafts can only be possible in close cooperation with other NATO allies, like it was in case with the Leopard tanks, because they are cowards. They are cowards. Only when United States of America, the ally, their boss, tells them that you can do this or you can't do that, they will just do whatever they are told to do. They don't do anything they are not, they don't ask the boss first. It's such a slavish attitude and mentality, and they're not NATO allies. This is when you see NATO allies, you see NATO vassals to one guy under the, it's like a contract. When you say, well, I like when I go to a store and we say, and they announce in the whole store, we would like to, or something, please send an associate to the, I don't know, condoms department or something. Like, associate. You're a freaking worker like all of us for someone else who's making billions somewhere, and we are all associate. We're associate. We're part of it. We're together. We're a team. This is such a double speak right here. It's a double speak, man. And people here, there's one thing I didn't like about this society when I came here to the States of America. Too much fake. Now you find, but not that in Romania, where I come from, it was not like that. Those guys were more, how should I put? They were more rude, or they were ruder. But at least you know what you got most of the time. Pam pam, boom boom, and you do it. Here, they all like you, and you turn around and now, anyway, let's go back to this. What was he? A weasel? Was he? He is. Still is a weasel. So, yeah, they're all allies and associates. Psh. Meanwhile, and they have some other terms too. Meanwhile, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz insists that supplying Ukraine with fighters is completely out of the question at the moment. Did you see the last right here too? At the moment, that changes all the sentence. Meanwhile, Olaf Scholz insists that supplying Ukraine with fighters is completely out of question. That is where the sentence should have started. But they said, at the moment, they changed everything, every little thing. These are weasels. Weasels. Remember, they're allies. Why is not Poland sending the, let's say, not F-16s, whatever they want to send? Send whatever you want. Why do you have to ask the big boss? Because you're an alliance? I never heard United States saying, well, I don't know if we should send, I don't know, howitzers to Ukraine. I don't know if the French will agree. We got to ask the Poles, or maybe the Romanians. Well, I don't think we have a green light from Romania. Did you hear that happen? No, and you will never hear it unless they play dumb and don't want to do something and say, well, sometimes you do it in the family. Like, let's say you don't want to go somewhere and say, well, I can't come, man. Why? My wife has a fit or something. Pfft, you don't give up about, what's going. She doesn't even know you're going or not. Doesn't even care. But, my wife, she's not. She's up. Not today. I'm sorry, bud. Yeah, right. Like you care about. She doesn't even give a fuck. So the same. I don't know if you can provide Ukraine with condoms because I know if Romania allows us. I think Romania is a little bit upset with us at the moment. Anyway, my friends, that's it. And let me maybe do this in a little positive note because I like this one. Anyway, they will send whatever is necessary, and I said it before. From one weasel to the next weasel. Hello. It's they will have fighter jets over there, flown by not by Ukrainians. I am very skeptical that those pieces of equipment will be flown by Ukrainians. Not that they can't, like they're not able of something. They will not be given. Like these guys at the beginning of the hostilities in Ukraine, they downed, if you remember, a Russian plane. I can't remember. It was a Sukhoi 25 or something, or MiG 25, something. Not MiG. It was a Sukhoi 25. I think so. Anyway, they sent a Sukhoi 25, 24. One of that, a little bomber that flies slow and low. It was not a fighter jet. It was the bomber. And then they got that guy and they showed him on front of the TV, and he was with his speedos on, with his underwear, and he was a Wagner Group pilot. No, he was not a Wagner Group pilot. The Russians will not give airplanes to Wagner Group to fly. I guarantee you that. The same here. These guys are not going to give F-16s to the Ukrainians to fly. I also doubt that the Ukrainians will even touch an Abrams tank or a Challenger 2 tank or a Leopard 2 tank inside. They'll probably polish it outside or something, or paint it, or whatever they do, but they will not get inside. Maybe with pictures, just a hand click, click. Not even that, because they're afraid you're going to send the information, the top secret, how cushioned the seats are on the tank. Like we're retards. But hey, some of us, most of us are, so why not? They are, straight on target. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.